Welcome to Bright Horizons
with Deborah Colaloa and the one and only Mr.
Jim.
James Chiaffi. Jim Chiaffi.
See all of you.
Back.
Uh-oh, got the tambourine going.
That's our morning jingle
After a
for
heavy
you.
rainstorm we just went through.
I
Imagine.
called Jim on the way. I said, please put your hands on the wheel. 10 and 2. It's pouring over here, 10 and 2.
And the-
And I couldn't see 2 feet in front of me.
But the
But
beauty
now
is
it's
within
nice.
10 or 15 minutes it's
Yeah.
gone, and now it's
I
a nice
know.
day again. So
So happy.
we need the water, and,
Yes,
and
we
thank
do.
God
Rain's always a good
we've
thing.
had plenty of rain
Amen.
this summer.
Amen.
I went to a wonderful fundraiser last Saturday night. Deb Doherty, who
I
was one
saw
of our guests.
Deb. What a wonderful function. I saw
DDS
that.
for Vets, for all of you to remember
Yes,
that.
remember
wonderful
Deb was on our
organization.
show not
Yes.
too long ago. DDS. Deb, what a
DDS
great
for
job.
vets. And they raise money for service dogs for our
Yes,
veterans,
that
which
was
is
so
wonderful.
just
Yes.
lovely.
And
You can't do enough of that, honestly.
there were several dogs there at the event, which was nice to see how they interact with the
Oh,
veterans.
I thought about that.
And
They're
I
so
was
loving.
watching. They're so lovable. They'll step up on
They're
their
smart.
lap and they start licking their faces. You know,
They're full of
there's such a
unconditional
bond,
love, yeah.
a bond between the dog and the service member.
Unconditional
So thank
love.
you, Deb, for all that you do.
Deb, you're really the best, and we really appreciate all that you do. So thank you,
Yes.
thank you, thank you.
And if any
thank
of you want to make a donation, it's ddsforvets.org.
And you also, Deb, look gorgeous in that beautiful red
Yes.
gown. I saw you on Facebook. Beautiful, Deb, inside out. Great job.
And then it's Oktoberfest time, too.
It's Oktoberfest. I think I posted something, Happy Autumn Day this morning, bright and early this
Well,
morning.
look,
I posted.
look how
I'm wearing
Deb is wearing.
my autumn colors, my
Very nice.
print, and so is Jim over
Yes,
here. His
I've got
beautiful.
some-
Look at this tie. It is so
It's
different.
rugby players.
I love it, and
Yeah.
he's got the beautiful tan vest with the
Thank you.
it was
We're so happy to be with
Yes.
all of you.
so. With that being said, what is our topic today?
We have a few birthdays.
Okay. Oh, you know what? That's true.
We have to
Birthdays are
recognize
very,
Virginia
very.
again.
Virginia,
Virginia
had her
Spencer.
birthday yesterday. We love you.
Yes.
Mwah. Happy birthday,
She
Virginia.
was here as a guest one time, and the accolades continue
Yes,
because she just
yes.
won an award, Realtor of the Year.
Very, very
Broker,
well deserved.
yes.
Broker of the year. She said she was surprised. I said you shouldn't be. I don't know how she does it. I truly
No,
don't.
I know.
She's all over the place. This is
Such
a
a
woman who
giving
doesn't
person.
stop.
She's
Yeah.
given so much over the years to so many people.
She
so
most certainly
we love
has.
to see the recognition for Virginia Spencer.
Amen. Very well deserved.
And Cindy Height from Legends Radio had a birthday
Cindy,
yesterday.
happy birthday.
So happy birthday, Cindy. And then coming up is Bonnie Mush. Happy birthday, Bonnie.
Happy birthday,
Jennifer
Bonnie.
Highland, you might remember.
Jennifer, yes, I do.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Gladys McKenzie.
Gladys, happy birthday.
Marie Rosner.
Marie, happy birthday.
And Ann Gott's coming up next week. So
Ann
happy
Gott,
birthday to all of you.
Happy birthday. I have just a few.
Okay.
Maria Lopez del Castillo,
Yes,
happy birthday.
Maria.
I happened to see that on Facebook, Maria. I miss you, your beautiful smiling face. I didn't want to miss your birthday. Also, my beautiful cousin, Denise, mwah, love you. Happy
birthday, cousin Denise.
My gorgeous cousins are all beautiful. My whole family's beautiful. But it's out and out. So happy birthday. If I've missed anybody, I apologize. And on that note, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, one another. Happy birthday to you.
We love to
Yay.
celebrate you.
Happy birthday. Okay.
So important to
Well,
celebrate.
I can't let this go. Happy
Yes.
birthday. That's the tambourine theme. There we go.
And the rain is in keeping with our topic today.
No.
Is the grass greener? Because rain makes the grass green, right?
You know that old saying, is the grass greener on the other side? Well, what do you think, Jim?
Well, I was joking with Deb yesterday. I said, well, how do you know they might paint the grass green?
And I said, oh boy, well if that's the case, I've got to pray for those folks. I hope not. Hey, listen, the grass can be green if you water it.
Or they might have AstroTurf, and you don't even realize
There
they
you
have
go. All right,
AstroTurf
yeah.
there.
The grass is different up north. I know when we had visited my sister-in-law in Pittsburgh, I said to Greg, I forgot it's been so long because we live in Florida so many
Yeah,
years.
some
But
people have the most beautiful lawns.
yes, the
And
landscaping
this,
is just
I've never owned a home with a yard, but there are so many
Beautiful,
different types of
beautiful.
grass,
Yes,
though.
yes.
Down here, I think they call it Bermuda grass. That's that real fine, beautiful grass. And then once in a while you'll see a weed. Imagine having to go doing all that weeding, get rid of those
That's
weeds.
not really a lot of fun. Landscaping,
No.
as you get older, you realize, let somebody else do it. But it can be therapeutic, I guess, gardening and all that.
But when you
have
think
your-
about it, you say, is the grass greener? You don't always see the weeds that are in that grass.
That's true, too.
So
Very
you
true.
might think of all the positive things
Yeah.
about that, but
The
what about,
yeah, that's a good point,
Yes,
Jim. Very
yes.
good point, yeah.
yes.
The reality is the grass is it's rarely greener on the other side, but it's always greener when you choose to water it. Like we've had all this rain today, we've chosen to water it. I love the rain. I really do. I mean, I'd rather take this than a hurricane. Hey, listen, it's all good.
When we think about the grass greener, usually that's in a contemplative state when you're
Yes.
comparing yourself to others.
Right, right.
And hopefully we don't do that very often, But I think sometimes maybe when you're a little bit down, you might be thinking about the alternatives, and you might think, oh, that looks like it might be better
Right,
choice
right.
than what I'm doing.
It's just a given. We do it
Yeah.
as human beings, right?
But I think it's all part of the way we process our decisions, which
Right,
is important.
right.
You want to weigh the different aspects of a decision.
6 of one, half a dozen
Yeah.
of another. Weigh it. And it will become eventually greener on your side when you decide that is what needs to be greener.
Yeah.
Is the grass greener on the other side?
Because we always have times in
know.
our lives when we have challenges, and other
Right.
times when we're free of those challenges. So it's every day new
You
experiences.
never know. Yeah, and this is how you grow. This is how we become stronger. What is that song by Kelly Clarkson? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Right.
Right? I
That's
love
true.
that.
Yeah,
What
that's a good
doesn't
song.
kill you
Makes
makes
you
you stronger.
stronger.
Take a little longer. Do 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 do. Good,
Very
good
true.
song, Kelly.
Last night
Clarkson is
on the
great.
way home from work, I was listening to Joel Osteen,
Oh, our
such an
Joel Osteen.
inspiration.
Isn't he though? He's amazing.
and the title of his talk was "Pushing People Up." So I'm thinking about this in relation
love
to
it.
ours, is the
Yes.
grass greener, because you can make the grass greener for someone else, and I think it's
Amen.
so important. And most of us
Yes.
do it naturally, and Deb's a fine example of that.
Aw,
She
well,
helps
so
so many
are you.
people.
So are you, Jim. My goodness gracious, that's nice. Thank you.
But really, if you take the time to do that for others, you'll receive it in return hundredfold.
Yes, this is so true. And
we-
it has to come from the heart, though. That's
Right.
the sincerity of it all, the
Right.
integrity of it all. It needs to be real. So keep it real. Always try to keep it real.
And you just want to take the time to invest in others, because
Yes.
we're not existing alone on this planet, right?
That's right.
We all
We're
need
not.
each other.
Wouldn't that be scary?
Yeah. Well, I
That
never
would be
want.
kinda
I never want to be
scary.
the last
Oh,
person.
gosh. I just thought about that. I don't know if I'd like that. I love helping people. I love, our dear Angela Kaufman. I just adore her, and she knows
Yes.
I love her so much. She is girl power, Angela. I'm going to see you a little bit later on. I'm expecting her to walk through the door right now.
Yes,
but,
Angela.
she got me involved with this beautiful, insightful fulfillment of church online last night, and I just loved it. I felt so great after I just wow.
Yes.
And the things that she does for church and for the incarcerated, and I'm helping her with that program as well with the
Yes,
girls.
it's
And
wonderful.
I just got 2 more letters. I'm building up my girls list over here, and I have
great.
quite a folder now, which is great. And I get to it as soon as I can. The moment she brings me a letter, I'm on it, because
If you
know
haven't
what?
seen, if you had not seen that episode with Angela,
Yeah.
let's tell a little bit about that again. Because she actually goes into the prisons and the jails,
Yeah.
and interacts with the female prisoners, sometimes the male prisoners when they don't have a male coordinator. But she's actually encouraging people to write letters to the people in prison, so they're not forgotten.
Right. And
Yeah.
it's such a good, powerful feeling for your soul, because I say to myself, if this individual is just, the poor thing is just hurting so deeply inside, and they took the time for a prayer request, well, you're darn right I'm going to take that request, and I'm going to get on it right away, because they need it.
Yes.
They need it just like everything else in life. So, take your time, help others. And Angela, shout out to you, honey. I love you.
Yes, it's wonderful. Which it's an example for us.
Yes, yes.
And once again, this social interaction that we need to have with people. My recent article on my column at the PGA newspaper was about how so many people are focused on their telephones, and they're not really focusing, and they're not in the present.
You think?
And they're missing all that interaction with people.
This
And I'm
is-
so fearful with our young people.
Something, I'm not trying to be funny, but this is what you see. You're at
Yes.
dinner. This is what this is really blows me out of the water. You're at dinner and people are still doing this. Why would you want, if I'm out to dinner with my husband, I'm not going to say, hi, honey.
Right.
and sit there and look at my phone. I mean, how rude. Take it away, you know.
What worries me is that
It's very
the
dangerous.
young people are losing that social interaction.
Jim, you spot on. You
Yes.
said it correct 1,000%.
And how will they relate to each other?
Yes.
If they don't have that social interaction.
Like what we did, the social interaction. We played hopscotch. I remember jump rope and my Barbie dolls and color forms. Remember that? The plastic color forms? You know, Greg and I were talking about the Lincoln logs, building
Yes.
the log. I used to love that.
Well,
And
the color
Legos.
forms, the one that would stick onto
Yes,
the back
yes.
surface.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, I remember my sister had that.
I had so much fun.
With clothing?
Yes,
A doll's
yes.
clothing?
Like
or-
a
yeah.
figure of a doll,
Right.
a woman, and you know, you would just pick the plastic outfit that would go on her and just go boing, and it would be such a delightful feeling as a child because you're like, oh, look what I put on her, and look at this, and look at that. Well, you know, that's how we entertained ourselves, and that's
And you would have your friends or your cousins
always
with you.
my
Yes.
friends, cousins. They would be with us. I mean, and we would just have a blast and make it all our own fun time, and we interacted so much. So
Well, that's why
those
it's
are the
important
days.
for us to encourage young people to do
Right.
that. To get away from the technology
Yes.
that's keeping them to be alone, you know, and not interacting with others. Definitely not good for them.
Not at all. Not good at all.
And,
So
and we saw that during the COVID situation.
Yes, that's
when
a
they
good
were home
example
all
of
the
the
time,
COVID,
you know,
right,
And they were
right.
forced to be that way. So
And it's a
encourage the young
shame.
people that you're with to
That's
drop
what,
those devices
yeah,
and
by
interact.
all means, Jim, you're so spot on. And this is again, let me reiterate that this is how Jim and I began our Bright Horizons talk show because it was getting awfully depressing. And I said, "What in the world?" Jim looked at me. I looked at him. I said, "We need to do something. We need to
Yes.
snap our." We weren't getting depressed, but I'll tell you, I came very close to it. And I was so thankful for Jim. I said, "Thank you, God. You know, He gave us a reason to start this show." And we decided to do positive topics from health to any bright horizon topic
Right.
to keep the attitude afloat, to keep it going. Maybe if you were going through depression, you'd see the show and say, wow, this is what I needed to hear at that particular time.
And once again, interaction.
Right,
You know, we
right.
wanted to interact with all of you, and we're so happy that you view us.
Yes,
and
we are very
share
happy.
these and tell other people about it. We just so enjoyed so much being with you.
I'd like to give a shout out also to Dominic. Dominic, it was a pleasure speaking. You know Dominic, Carol Dubinsky's friend?
Yes.
Dominic, he wanted to say hello, Jim.
Yes.
He loves our show. He follows us, and we're so happy about that, Dominic.
Yes.
Keep following us. I know you said I think it was the last show or the show before. Keep it coming, Deb and Jim. And we will. We'll try our best to keep, coming to you live every week. So thank you for that wonderful
And
compliment.
another friend of ours who's encouraging
Dominic.
us, Mike Cedar.
Mike
Also,
Cedar,
thank you,
yes,
Mike, for your
I saw
positive
that,
comments.
Mike. Thank you.
Yeah, we
And
appreciate
thank
that.
you all. Yes, it does our heart good. And I called Dominic. We spoke a little bit. So great chatting with you, Dominic.
Is he up in
and
Canada?
Yes, right now, and
Yes.
he's hoping to come down with his lovely wife, Sylvania, and I hope I pronounced that Sylvania. Sylvana.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yes.
But anyway, Sylvana,
Yes.
lovely couple.
Yes. Have you been to Canada?
So, Niagara Falls.
Oh, Niagara Falls.
One time.
Toronto is beautiful. That's
Yes.
where Dominic lives.
Yes, Toronto is.
And I've been
gorgeous.
blessed to be to Montreal, Vancouver on the West
Vancouver,
Coast.
Yeah, yeah.
They each have their own beauty.
that
Montreal has the
nice?
French
Yes,
culture,
yeah.
so you feel like you're in Europe when you're there, in France.
Well, yeah, that's.
And then Vancouver has a very large Asian population, naturally, because the Chinese can come to the west coast of the continent. But it's just interesting. And when I was in Vancouver, all of the cherry blossoms are in
Oh,
bloom.
beautiful.
So you think of Washington D.C.
My aunt, I was just thinking the same
But there are
thing,
other
yes.
cities like
that have it
Vancouver.
as well, yeah.
It was April that year.
In Washington, D.C., where my Aunt Nancy lives, I have seen it in person, live in person. Believe you me, folks, the pictures do not do it justice in any way whatsoever. To be there in person, they're absolutely breathtaking, gorgeous.
That helps with our topic too.
Yes.
Thinking of another aspect of the beauty that the earth has for us, those beautiful cherry blossoms.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, my gosh.
And to immerse yourself in it, it just brings a smile to your face. You know, you
Mm.
can't be among the
I'm
cherry
visualizing
blossoms.
it now.
And some of them
Wow.
are white, and some of them are pink, and but I mean, hundreds and thousands of trees. It's just ablaze
Even the
with these beautiful
in my say
blooms.
Bougainvillea, the beautiful Bougainvillea trees are gorgeous. I'll tell you, nothing like nature. And is the grass green on the other side? Yes.
It's
make it
important to
your
be out
own.
in the green.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be out in the green, not this green, that green, not this green.
Now, when Ann and I are in Manhattan, we love to go to Central Park,
Yes.
which is the
Oh,
greenery.
stunning.
right?
Oh, goodness gracious.
In that area, they have Oh, my mind went blank. Reservoir.
It's been years
Called the
since I've been to New
Jacqueline
York,
and Kennedy Onassis Reservoir, and you walk around it. It's a mile and a half, and people are
It's-
jogging and walking. And then we go east. There's a Carl Schurz Park. Once again, you're in all this beautiful greenery. And what I love is you have street musicians that are just entertaining. You know, hoping to make some money. They have their violin case open.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But
yeah,
the
it still
atmosphere.
continues. That New
Yeah.
York City, that is a city that doesn't sleep, people. We all know that. Good old New York. Manhattan is, I grew up in Manhattan.
Yeah. Well, whenever
So-
I see the street musicians, I think of Florence too in
Yes,
Italy,
yes.
because it's
They have
very
that in
prevalent
Italy,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, when you walk the streets of Florence, there's mimes and street musicians,
Mimes, I
and
love mimes. There's so much fun.
it's
to
almost
watch.
like Times Square because you have a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
that now. You
Yeah.
probably haven't been back lately.
Oh gosh, it's been a while.
When you go to Times Square now, they have someone dressed like Spider-Man and these different superheroes, and the goal is to take a picture with
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
right? And you give them a little money, you know, and then you have musicians, and you want to make sure you don't get involved with the three-card Monte people that are trying to steal your money by making you bet, you know.
Oh, wow.
I had a
Wow.
friend that was with me once in Manhattan when we were walking by. There's three cards, and you look at a card. Let's say it's an ace of spades, and you have to guess after he manipulates it where it is, right? So you're sure, okay, I'm going to follow those cards, and I'm going to know where that ace of
Yeah,
spades
yeah.
is. Well, you can never beat these people because the hand is quicker than the eye, right? So I
Real
said to
quick.
my friend, "Don't do it." You know?
Don't do it. Yeah, don't bother.
He said, "No, no, no. I think I can do this." What he was doing, he was watching them. You know, when no one's
Carefully.
betting, they let you know that you're right. You know, like
Okay,
they'll show
so
you the ace of
that's-
spades,
those
and they do it
stinkers?
sort of slower.
Those stinkers?
And then you can tell, oh yes, it's here. You know, so they get you to think, oh yeah, I can tell it. But when
Wow.
you put the money down, then this little sleight of hand begins.
The little activity
and
starts.
you can't
Oh,
really
my
tell where it
goodness.
is. You know.
See, those little stinkers.
Or else they'll have the little round ball under three little cups, you know, and
Yes,
they move the
that's-
cups around.
mhm.
And you have to figure out which one has that.
1, 2, 3.
You
Which
can't
one
beat
is it?
someone
Yep.
at their own game, right? They
Right,
always say
right.
that.
There you go. That's a perfect way of putting
So
it.
the grass will not be greener if you try to play three-card Monte or one of those games in Times Square.
Remember that. It applies with anything. You know, if you're unhappy with your job position,
Yes.
you know, that happens often too. All right, well, think about it long and hard. What are the pros? What are the cons? Are you getting any satisfaction out of it? What are you doing to make it better
That's important.
for
You always
yourself
want
and
your-
others? You know, are you
Right.
making others comfortable by, you know, being in their presence and vice versa? It all meshes together.
You need
It
to be
needs
fulfilled in what you're doing.
Right. You have to love yourself too.
Yes.
You want respect. You're gonna get if you respect yourself. You have to respect. That's really Aretha Franklin said it all when she sang that song.
RESPECT.
Oh yeah, go Aretha. Respect. But that is so true. If you don't respect yourself, well, you know what? What do you expect? Respect or what do you expect? Oh, I like that.
Disrespect.
Yeah. Disrespect. Okay. But no, that it all applies. It could be your job. It could be where you live. It could be anything. Just try to weigh it out first before you jump. Don't always be in such a quick rush to, ooh, I got to do it. I got to do it right now. Because you know what? You want it yesterday. So do all of we. But
That's
as
the
Jim
one
had
I-
related earlier, you'd said, you know, this is where bad, poor decisions are made because you're jumping too quickly
that's-
without thinking about it.
That's why I'm grateful I have the legal training.
Amen to
Because
that.
you're taught
yes.
to analyze,
Mhm.
and probably some of us do it too much. You know, you over-analyze.
Sometimes
but,
I do that, yes.
But it's good to really evaluate
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
You have to try to think, well, if I do this, what's the result going to be?
Right,
there?
right.
You know, so it's important to have some contemplative
I love
time.
speaking to Jim, and I'll tell you because it doesn't matter if it's a funny topic or a show together, a legal matter, whatever it may be, you have a very warm, calming, soothing way about you.
Oh, thank you.
And I'll say, oh, I need my Jim voice. And the moment I hear him, I'm like, oh, I feel better. It's soothing. It really is. And you're trained. You could see it comes shining through. You have that level of balance. It's nice. It's refreshing. You don't always jump. You'll say, well, let's look at it this way, Deb. Have you ever thought about blah, blah, blah?
Right.
And all of a sudden you make the wrong right in an instant. And you do it all the time.
Well, thank you. That's very
No, it's
sweet,
true.
kind
It's
of
very
you.
true. But anyway, with that being said.
But that comes in
That's
handy.
really nice to have,
At some
I think.
closings that get a little heated.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
As you know, I handle real estate closings oftentimes.
A lot.
And
I don't know how you do it. You're another one. How do you do it?
It's really a study of human nature, really. You know, when you think
Good
about
way of
this.
putting it as well.
Because
Yeah.
some buyers, even at the closing table, they want to feel that they've achieved something extra.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
so they'll try to extract more in their direction, whether it's credit for something or some financial benefit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it could become heated because the seller's there unsuspecting that anything's going to be like this.
Right, right.
And then, you know, the conversation starts to rise, and I try to keep it from getting
Here's
out of
Jim,
hand. You
and
know?
you get-
Sometimes you have to separate the people, have them in different rooms. So you have to be
Oh,
very
but-
diplomatic
Oh,
about it.
I've seen you in action. I've seen you in the courtroom. I've seen you do a lot throughout the years, Jim.
But it's
Very good at what he
interesting.
does.
Nowadays, more closings
Yeah.
are not at offices. You know, they're done
True.
from people's homes
Right,
with
right.
computers. You can sign documents online now, so you don't have everybody. Years ago, you had the sellers, the buyers,
And
you
everything
had
just so, right.
the real estate agents that are working with each party. So you had about 8 or 10 people in a room.
And
And then some
I
people would
remember
bring their
those days.
family. You'd have the whole family sitting in the background.
Come on in, everybody. Right this way. Come
It's
on.
so
You
cute.
over here. You over there. Yeah, I know, right?
They'd have children with
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
or
yeah.
parents with
Uh-huh.
them. It was, which I love to see because family means so much to me.
Absolutely.
And with those
yes.
people, it's such an important event in their life.
Yeah.
And they would have photographs. They would take photographs of that day,
Sure. Why not?
which is so beautiful.
That's
to
something I would
think-
do.
Yeah.
Because you don't mean the camera. I'm almost taking
Yes.
pictures, but yeah. No, I
But it
like
is,
that.
you know, you think that the average person buys a home maybe 3 or 4 times in their lifetime. And it is a major event. And to have
Oh,
all
is
of the
it ever?
family there,
Sure.
and it's, I love
That's
to
one of
see
the
that.
biggest decisions outside of, marrying your
Yes.
spouse, that you'll make in life is your financial obligation buying a home. I mean, that's huge. That's big time.
And that the
It
grass
hits
is
the heart.
greener. The
Yes.
grass is greener.
Yes.
You want to evaluate what will that move result in? You know, do you want a
Right.
larger place, smaller,
Right.
downsizing?
And you say downsizing, like I said, I wanted the big house. Remember, I wanted the
Yeah.
big house, the big this and the big that. You know what? Now, not so much. Trust me. As you
I
get
think as
older,
we
I
age,
realize
yeah.
I don't need
We
this. I
realize.
don't need, and I really like the idea of downsizing. I kind of want to go down. Now, where we are now, I love it. It's a 2-2. It's perfect. That's all I want, and that's all we need. But I don't need the big everything. I really don't. I feel like I'm going backwards as a child.
Yes.
Just, you're starting, and then you really don't need.
And it's
all that.
amazing what we accumulate over
Even
the
though
years.
you love it, oh gosh,
You know?
too much. In fact, I'm in the midst of really, getting things together to donate
Yes.
and going through my closet.
Which is so wonderful to think that you can repurpose it for someone else
Yes,
to use.
yes. Donations
I
are
just
very
love that.
important. Yeah.
And you're making other people's lives a little better, which we were talking about before when Joel Osteen said to elevate other people and to help other people just by donating something that you don't use.
Right.
can
And
help
I went
somebody.
through my closet. Angela knows I have it in my car because of the rain, but a big, beautiful Mickey Mouse and a teddy bear with the cowboy hat and the little in great shape, fine
Right.
condition. It's just that I have no purpose. Now it's time for Mickey to say bye-bye
Yes.
and
And
go
think
on to
of-
somebody else,
yeah,
So
think
I'm
of
giving it to
someone else's
Angela
life.
so she could bring it to the church, and I have it, Angela, in the car, so.
Think of someone else's life.
And there's a lot more coming, so.
The effect that'll have on someone
Yeah,
else's life.
a child's
Beautiful.
face it'll brighten up just by seeing that stuffed animal. That's really nice.
Yes.
It's really a good feeling. Just that one thing that you can do. And again, it's not always about the money. When I do this with my hands, people think, "Oh, yeah, it's all of it." No, it's not. In the long run, is it really? Think about it. What's really important? Is the grass always greener? What's important? And if you make that move, can you go back and reverse it? Sometimes yes, sometimes not so much as you thought you could. And do you have that regret? Of course. You wouldn't be human if you didn't have that regret. You don't want to beat yourself up for it naturally, but, you're going to have that regret. So, and, we do it. And with that being said, we know what's important.
And our Marie
Speaking of green, look at the book. I love that.
Marie
Is the
greeted us
grass-
this morning and said we both look great in our Autumn Becomes You. Thank you, Marie.
Aw, Marie.
And I love this book. The
We
pages are
love
starting to fall
Marie
out.
Pinschmidt.
I use this so
where
much, the pages
you
are
do.
starting to fall out.
Look at all the little notepad. I love it.
Let's see
The
what I
little
have
notes
here.
that he's got, coordinated, very, very organized.
Just words of wisdom from Marie. I just love the way she does that.
Marie, your comment was you enjoy it. Oh, happy birthday to Marie again, too.
Yes.
October
October.
25th, right?
That's the month.
Yes, October 25th. And keep eating your Hershey's, your dark chocolate Hershey's with the almonds. Yummy.
They're very good.
Yeah. I don't like almonds, though. So I don't know why.
This
I
is
like-
from that prayer Desiderata.
Oh, okay.
Okay. this is in the middle of it. If you compare yourself with others, you may become bitter or vain. For always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself.
Beautiful.
Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time.
Wow.
I
Very
love
well
that.
said. Very, very well said.
Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is perennial as the grass.
See? All right. As the grass.
Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth, which is true. Can't hang on to things of youth
No.
as time goes by.
No.
Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beautiful thoughts. So thank
And
you
they're
for
always
reminding us again,
really
Marie.
spot on. Always, always. And that cover, this is it.
Yes.
That's
Once
the
again,
olive
Marie,
green.
Marie painted that.
Beautiful.
So not only is she an inspiring writer, but a very gifted artist. And yes, it's an olive green, which is in keeping with my outfit today.
Yes,
With the
absolutely.
green of my tie.
I love that. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Thank you, Marie. We love the inspiration.
We do. And you're finishing up your final book, you said, Marie?
It's not going to be the final, Marie.
I don't like that. And you said final. That's why I said it that way. Your final. I don't see that with you, Marie. You say that now.
You've got so
but
much more to share with us,
That's
Marie.
right. There's
And-
nothing final about your statement. So there. So there.
Deb's got the Zsa Zsa curls going. You see that again?
Even with the rain.
Yeah, they didn't droop.
I walked in the office, Jim's bright co-host over here has her umbrella in her car, but guess where? In the trunk. I should have one in my glove compartment, the small compact ones. I should have one in the back seat. But
You learned a
no.
lesson today.
Yes, so it's going in the back seat. I sat there in the car waiting to get out and come into the office. So luckily I found a towel. I just stuck it on my head and it calmed down
Yes.
quite a bit at that point. So,
What
but
a- what a difference a day
what a
makes.
difference a day makes, and that's so true each and every day. With that being said, you know what that means.
And Marie.
What a difference a day makes. 24 little hours brought the sun and the flowers where there used to be rain. What a difference a day makes. And the difference is you and you and you and you. We love being with you.
Yes.
Have a fantastic Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless you all. We'll see you when we come back.
Yes, thank you.
See you
Thank you.
soon.
Remember to keep your horizons
Always keep your horizons bright.
We want to keep them bright. Thank you.